But yeah, so mods, once again, how it's gonna work is you guys in chat, you guys can ask questions. Mods, you can ask questions as well, like, you know, whatever you want to do. And then, Rosie, I swear to God, don't you dare. Oh no. Hi, Dave. You guys can add it to the queue and then line them up to come up on stream so I can answer them. I can also do it. I have it right in front of me. So you guys don't have to do, you know, all the work. But if you guys have any questions, feel more than free. I'm just gonna be chatting this morning, so it's just us. We're not playing any games today. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying so. It didn't show up in the list. Oh, I see it. No, wait. Ooh, I wonder if there's like some sort of filters. Also, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. I appreciate that. I think that this thing has some sort of something to prevent whatever you're trying to type, Rosie. Val, hello. How are you doing? Welcome on in. When can we start asking? Whenever? Now? Feel free. I'm just gonna be chatting this morning, so if you guys have any questions between now and like 12, feel free. It can be Walker. It can be like I said, life related, stream related, game related, pet related. It can be something random. Oh wait, I like Megan's question. Okay, yeah, bring it up, do it. Someone do it. I'm excited. Oh, that's so cool looking. Sorry, I'm fangirling over my own things. So Megan asks, okay, here's my question. What is your favorite piece of video game merch you own? I can get up and grab it really quickly. Give me a second here. Can I BRB? 2 seconds. You can still hear me, but like, you know, still. 2 seconds. I knew exactly where it was. I knew exactly where it was. Oh, Tater's falling. Tater, where are you going, bud? Jeez. Okay. Where can you post your question? Just post it in chat. Just post it in chat. Okay, sorry. Tater fell off. He's fine. He's just... He didn't want to be strapped down today. Okay, so that was actually kind of an interesting question. I have a couple different pieces of video game merch that I love. You guys have seen my Keyblades. The big Keyblade is probably my favorite. But in terms of small things, Itsu, one of my lovely mods, she got me this, I think it was last year for my birthday. I think. And it is a Final Fantasy VII music box. And it is one of my favorite things. I rarely touch it because I'm scared the battery's gonna die in it. And I don't know how easy it is to replace. But it's from Japan. I gotta wipe it off a bit. And it's like a black plastic, but if you look really carefully, oh, you can't really see. Oh, you can kind of see there. It's actually clear, so you can see through it. And I can play it for you guys here if you want. Bear with. I'll mute the music. It's just one of the coolest things I own. It's like, I want to collect them all because I think they have different ones, so that is my answer for that. It's probably gonna play for a minute. But yeah. It's like such a random little thing, but Itsu knows how much I love Final Fantasy VII, so. Okay. I can see a lot of questions. You guys can feel free to throw up the next one on screen if you want. Thank you guys so much for all these. I always worry whenever I do these, it's gonna be like, will anyone even bother asking? Will I just be sitting here staring at chat? It's still going, by the way. Oh, I like these questions coming up. Sorry, I'm reading them ahead of time. But yeah, feel free. If anyone... By the way, mods, you shouldn't have to worry about sending out, like, multiple questions at once. Like, if someone sends something, you shouldn't be able to override each other, I don't think. Which is great. It's still... I put it back in its box and it's like... Oh, it just stopped. Okay. We good, we good. I don't know if I asked this before during a stream, but what was your first video game, if you remember? From... Oh, these are the Discord ones. Thank you. I forgot about those. What was the first video game I played? It was Mario. It was Super Mario for the NES, because that was what my parents had. At least it's the first one I remember playing. They had a lot of NES, they're behind me somewhere over here. They had a lot of NES games, but I think that's the first one I actually really distinctly remember. There's another one called Adventures of Lolo, which if anyone in here knows that game, I loved it to pieces. I was horrible at it, but I loved it. So, I think that's my answer for that. So when it's done, you guys, you can actually just press the... I can actually press it here. There's like an X if you hover over the message. Yeah, don't you guys worry, don't you guys worry. If I don't answer it right away, the mods are catching all the messages. You guys are good. This is cool, this is cool. There's a slight delay because, you know, the mods are hearing me at the same time you guys are hearing me, but... Mossy Fox asks, here's my question. How's Ollie? Has he been a butt? Yes. I have a story about Ollie. When are you plan on doing your Kingdom Hearts Island on ACNH? I'm glad that you're enjoying the Kingdom Hearts streams. I don't know when I'm gonna do that island. I have no idea. Or that theme, even. I'm just kind of playing it by ear. I do have plans for some ACNH content for YouTube, though. Keep an eye out for that. But in terms of Ollie being a butt, he attacked my leg this morning because I refused to let him jump up on the stove that was on. It's like a toddler crying because you won't let them handle a knife. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing it for their own good, but they don't understand that. So he attacked my leg this morning. But last night, he almost climbed onto my lap, which my heart was melting. And then I realized something. I've never seen him knead before. If anyone's new here, Ollie is my 3-year-old orange tabby boy. And he had a rough beginning to his life, we think. And when I first got him, he actually had a recently healed, but like a recently operated on broken leg. So like one of his paws is always a little bit wonky. I have never seen him like, you know, make biscuits or knead before. And he started to last night. And I melted and I cried a bit. I cry a lot when it comes to Ollie, so. Yours doesn't do biscuits either? Oh my god, I didn't, like, Kiara used to do biscuits constantly. And I completely, like, I almost forgot that that's a normal thing. But yeah, it was cute. Sorry, next question. Fred bit my butt this morning. He was aiming for my hand, but it was on my hip as I was asleep. He bit your butt. Random, I heard from Pepper that you have a bit of a bubble butt too, so that's even funnier to me. The answer, oh, Walker, I've heard about that. I'll answer your question when it comes up, but yes. Random, for Sam X Switch, will you ever play any of the Mario and Luigi games on the stream? I'd love to. I don't know where to start, but it has Luigi in it, so I have to like it, right? I think that they look interesting from what I've seen of them. I'm so wait, who's Frez? Who is Frez? But yeah, no, I'd love to. If anyone has any recommendations on where to start with those games, let me know. Don't worry, I just can't wait for when you do the Kingdom Hearts Island. I think it's gonna be fun. I have some ideas already. He's permanently banned from the bedroom now. See, I wish I didn't have to have Ollie in my room at night, but he will knock things over if he's out alone. My mom has an ancient Mario and Luigi Game & Watch. Oh, geez, that is old. That's kind of cool, though. Okay, so I think I'm good with that. Here, how about this? When I'm done with a question, I'll take it off the queue. And then you guys can line up whichever ones you want to go next with. And then Ambrose again, what is your go-to comfort show for when you're sad or anxious? So I don't really watch TV at all. We don't have, is it cable? I don't know. We don't have like subscriptions or like that anymore. I used to love, I think the channel was A&E. I went through this weird thing of going through like Dog the Bounty Hunter, like these were like reality TV shows. Dog the Bounty Hunter, Chris Angel, like way back in the day, like, you know, high school. Those were fun. But then we got rid of our TV subscriptions after that. I don't really watch TV. These days, if anything, I enjoy like shows like Comey on Netflix because it just makes me happy. I enjoy little like slice of life things, to be honest. So that was a nice one. What else is music? Firefly Nights. What's the best tip you've got for someone starting off Wild World for the first time? Okay, I don't know if I'm the best person for this because I played a lot of Wild World as a kid, but I didn't really get very far. Write letters to your villagers, though. That's what I found out recently. Write letters to your villagers. You get usually a lot of items. Sometimes it's just funny dialogue, and then other times it is fruit, which you can use to make orchards and then get lots of money. So, because that making money in the older games is hard, man. New Horizons gives us everything really easily. I think that's it, though. If anyone has anything to add on to that, maybe you know Wild World better than I do, which wouldn't be a huge stretch, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Rosie, not at all, girl, not at all. Don't even worry. Don't even worry. And mods, if you guys don't want to do this, let me know. I can totally do it. I can totally do it too. There we go. Oh, this works so much better when I close it down, because then you guys aren't waiting on me. How many consoles do you currently own / use? Okay, so those are two different questions. Because I own quite a number, I don't actively use most of them these days. So, let's go through. I'll eliminate something right off the bat and say I don't own anything Xbox. Oh, thank you, Random, I appreciate it. Playing Stardew, actually, since I have free time. Yes, enjoy it. Yeah, I don't own anything Xbox. That'll change when Mike and I eventually move in, because he does have all the Xbox consoles. And I'm actually excited, because I think that's the only way I can play Fable 2. And I really want to play that game, so. I have a NES that was my parents', is now mine. I've kind of taken it over. I don't have a SNES. I do have a SNES Mini. It is right there. And then the NES Mini is right next to it. So that's close enough. Never had an N64, hoping one day I can get my hands on mics. I have my GameCube, which is my baby. It was my first console. I never had a Wii, although I do have mics here. I got the Wii U, and I have, you know, a couple different Switches. I also have a Game Boy Color, which I love to pieces. It still works. I have my Game Boy Advance SPs. I never had the Game Boy Advance. You mean Paperweight U? Yes. I have my original DS still. It still works, even though the screen is barely hanging on. I got my DS Lite. I got my... I have far too many 3DSs over the years. Just, it's stupid how many I actually ended up with. Just through one way or another, I somehow inherited many 3DSs. And they still all work. They're still great. And then, for PlayStation, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Eventually, I will get my hands on 5. I also have the PS Vita and the PSP. So, do you know what is Mike's first console? Probably something Sega, actually. He talks about his, like, Genesis, I think? I don't know the Sega consoles at all, really, except for the Dreamcast. I'm convinced the PS5 is a myth. Wii and Xbox 360 were my top 10. I've heard a lot of great things about the Xbox 360, to be honest. Yeah, Megan, same here. Walker asks, if you consider playing Pokemon Go on stream yet? I'd say starting off during a low and Geodude community day. I must do it since the Niantic is currently making horrible decisions. I have 2 issues with doing it. I'd love to, though. my goal one day for Pokemon Go streams is to be able to actually take you guys outside on like an IRL, like walking around Pokemon Go stream. Because I just think those are a lot of fun. But one, I need a nice area to go walk in. And right now I don't really have that nearby. Not to mention I don't want to be that close to home. And two, I don't have the data for it. I have 6 gigs of data, I think. Not unlimited. How much data do you guys have? Do you guys know? On your phone plans? I have like 6 gigs of data. I don't think that's enough. I don't actually know. I've never actually looked into it. But I would need, theoretically, a phone for streaming and then, you know, the one for playing. So I do have 2 phones. I do have a spare one I can use. 4 gig, it always lasts me a whole month. I've never gone over my limit ever with the 6 gigs. I'd never even get close. Still on my family plan. First console, the baby pink DS Lite, favorite game. Cooking Mama, yes. Those were good. Those are good. Adam. SNES and PS1 were your childhood? I wish I had those back then. My parents, they just, after they had me, they were just like, nah, we'll get her consoles when if she wants them when she's older. So. 30 gigs only because Tesco Mobile had a deal on it. So it'd be cheaper than 5. Whoa, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. As it is, I think Mike only has like 3 or 2 gigs. And I pay less than he does, so he needs to get over on my plan. I have unlimited data, but I'm on a share plan. My aunt uses her phone as a hotspot. And you watch Twitch while you're at work, yeah. That's pretty cool with that. Every data I don't use gets transferred to the next month. Oh, yeah, so you have like a build-up. Megan asked, another one. Have you ever fully completed the museum in an Animal Crossing game? And if so, which ones? New Leaf. New Leaf is the only time I've fully completed it. I've always blacked the artwork. But in New Leaf, with Memory, it was my last town of New Leaf before New Horizons came out. And I really wanted to do as much as I could to like perfect that town. It's half the reason why I don't want to go back to New Leaf, because in my mind I have done everything. I have finished that game. And if I wasn't streaming it, if I didn't have help from you guys, I wouldn't have finished that museum. But I did. And the music collection. I think it was Andrew actually who signed on to help me with that. That was before I really knew Andrew. I think it was him. Pretty sure. But yeah, it was just that one. I'm really close in New Horizons, or yeah, New Horizons. It's just the artwork I need. There we go. Keep those questions rolling in, you guys. If you have anything, feel free. Blobby Fish, what do you consider a dancing jam tater emote? You're starting and break music is too good to not have an SPS emote to jam to. I'd love to. I need to find someone who, like, I want to, like, Rosie did the taters. Rosie did the tater emotes, so I ideally want to commission Rosie. But I don't know if she's, and I'm putting you on the spot right now. You don't have to answer me now. I don't know if she's cool with making an emote that's like that anime. I don't really know exactly how animated it would need to be, but I'd love to. Right now, I think everyone just kind of uses the tater spin, but yeah. No, one day I'd love to. Sorry, catching up. What does me and Vera yesterday was talking about how Endgame was set in 2025 and they're still playing on PS4? And it's because the PS5 is still out of stock, right? I've seen that before, yeah. There you go, baby. Good luck with smashing the art section. The fish bait definitely made completing the aquarium so much easier. It did, yeah, I loved the fish bait. I wish they had introduced the, like the honey back from Pocket Camp. I have another question. Have you ever maxed your storage in Animal Crossing games? Nope. No, I have not. I don't usually hoard and collect. Yeah, I don't really hoard and collect. I'm just trying to think. I've never even gotten close, I don't think. Unless you talk about like Animal Crossing GameCube, because you didn't really have storage in that game. Or at least it was very minimal. keep forgetting to close them down. Tater emotes are definitely a great asset to stream. They're some of my favorite things ever. Okay, so Rosie, I kind of answered this preemptively earlier, but I don't really know his first console. I know that he had, like, Sega consoles as a kid. I know that he had an N64. I don't know if he had an NES or a SNES. He was like a Sega kid, which is kind of weird to think about, but he was. Oh, no worries, no worries. It's all good. Just got to answer it properly. I'm kind of jamming out to this music, sorry. With Sonic Origins on the horizon, and with it having a mode where you have infinite lives, essentially, is it more likely to be a stream game? I don't want to say yes or no, because I think Random's entire, like, being a mod might hinge on this question. Have we seen what it looks like yet? Like, the game, or do we just know the name and, like, is there, like, a proper trailer out that we can watch at some point? I don't know. I don't know, maybe. The fact that there's infinite lives and it's for noobs like me, then, like, maybe, you know? Also, I'm just gonna add on questions that I see that haven't been added on just yet. Oh wait, maybe it was added on. Should have removed mine when you answered. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. On my PS4 a lot more than my Xbox One, mostly because Tekken 7 runs better on there, and I would probably still get the Series X first. Get down with your bad self. There's the trailer. Okay, send that to me in DMs, and we'll watch it later. We'll watch it later. Here, I can queue up the next one because I'm kind of interested. What's everyone's favorite pastry? I love Boston cream donuts. Unfortunately, I have this strong thing where I will associate tastes or smells with things that are happening at that time. So unfortunately, the very first time I had a Boston cream donut, my mom was in hospital and I was at the Tim Hortons hospital. Wait, the Tim Hortons in the hospital. The Tim Hortons hospital. I was at the hospital that is downstairs in, like, the cafeteria of the hospital, if that makes sense. And that's the very first time I had a Boston cream donut, and I loved it, but I will always associate it with her being in the hospital, which sucks. Hi, Blue Hour, how are you doing? Welcome on in. If you guys are just joining us, we are doing a Q&A sort of thing today. If you guys have any questions for me, it can be about anything. It can be stream related, it can be life related, it can be Ollie related, it can be childhood games, whatever. Ask them in chat, you'll get added onto a queue, and you'll eventually pop up on stream. Ooh, chocolate muffins. I do like blueberry muffins. Poppy seed pastries, they taste like chocolate, but it's not chocolate, it's a fun texture. Greg's vegan Christmas pastry. I didn't know Tim Hortons had a hospital chain. I felt so silly. Yeah, no, I think that's my answer. Starbucks blueberry muffins early. Ooh. I've recently become acquainted with Starbucks cake pops. They're horrible for you. But every now and then I'm like, I just want that, like, not really properly cooked cake. Far too good. Okay, there we go. Do you have any plans to play or replay as relevant any other Final Fantasy games on stream? So, okay. If I won the lottery tomorrow, won't happen, but if I won the lottery tomorrow and I didn't have to be like, you know, I have to play games that, like, I think people are actually gonna come by for. As bad as that sounds, I would stream the entirety of the Final Fantasy series. I'd just start with the Pixel remasters, finish with 6, go into 7 again, play 7 remake, move on. I would just do them all, because I love Final Fantasy so much. If I didn't have the pressure to bring in an audience, almost, which sounds bad, but, like, you know, there's certain things I have to keep in mind when I'm streaming. But yeah, beyond that though, because I won't be winning the lottery tomorrow, I do want to go through Final Fantasy VII Remake again. and as well do the new DLC with Yuffie because I still haven't done it. And then I'll probably go through it again before, like just before Remake Part 2 comes out. And then I'll go through Remake Part 2. Like, I love Final Fantasy VII. It's my favorite, one of my favorite games of all time, so. Would you like to do a Final Fantasy marathon after the Kingdom Hearts one? If I had the balls to do it, yeah. If I had the balls to do it. I know that's such a weird thing to say, but I really do have to consider that as well. But yeah, thank you for asking. Poppy seed? I don't know if I know what that is, Shadow Dragon. Let me look this up. What is that? Oh, okay, I never knew the name of those. Walker asked, what Pokemon remake do you think might happen next? I think it might either be Silver, Gold, or Ruby, Sapphire. We've already got remakes of those, right? I think they're just gonna keep going in order, personally. Like, if I had my dream, random, if I had my dream, they would continue the Let's Go series and do Let's Go Johto, or even maybe Legends Ho-Oh or something like that, like, you know what I mean? I would be very, very happy with that. I really like Gen 2. Like Switch remakes. Yeah, no, like I was thinking, like, you know, if we're talking mainline, they're probably gonna do Gen 5 next. And I love Gen 5, so I'm excited for it. Hi, Katari. But if we're talking like the spin-off kind of remakes, like they're not even remakes, I guess, at that point, right? Never mind me. Yeah, Gen 5. I think Gen 5 next. I think they've already done remakes of Gen 2 and 3 and 1 a lot. That they're probably gonna keep going in order. Yeah, I think Black and White. Haven't finished Arceus, but man, am I excited for the next Legends Tales. It's so good, right? I really burnt out on it, unfortunately, but I did love it. I really did. I mean, we're yet to get a Kanto game where the sun sets. Poor Kanto. Also, by the way, if you guys are joining us, we are doing a little Q&A this morning. We're gonna be playing a brand new game later on today that I haven't told anyone about yet. So we're just doing a Q&A and just chatting this morning. If you guys have any questions, ask them in chat. They will pop up eventually on stream. Megan, what is the best part of streaming? I have kind of like two answers for that. I like creating the overlays like this, like, you know, all this stuff, like the fact that when I move my fingers up here it blurs. That's just cool to me. I like learning how to make overlays. I like adding to it. I like tinkering and breaking my OBS because we've done that far too many times. But I also just enjoy talking to people. If you'd asked me that when I first started streaming, I wouldn't have said that because I was incredibly shy, and I'm still shy, but I'm a lot more used to talking to people now. It's like a way of interacting with people without actually having to interact directly with people, if you know what I mean. So I enjoy that. I think if I hadn't been streaming during this pandemic, if I had been working from home but not streaming, I probably would have gone stir crazy a lot sooner. So, score some Pokemon goodies. Tell us more. Tell us more. Ooh, I already like your question, random. Okay, sorry, I was catching up with chat. I think we're good. What's your favorite Animal Crossing pun when you catch a fish or bug? Okay, hands down, the one that comes up in New Horizons when you catch a frog. When the villager or when your character is just like, oh hey, a new neighbor, or like, oh, I caught a frog, or is it a new neighbor, or something like that. It was the first time they like acknowledged that it's a little weird that you can catch a frog, but there's also frog villagers. And it's just like, yes, thank you. Thank you for acknowledging that it's a little weird. That's probably my favorite one. Other than the sea bass, I can't actually think of any other ones off the top of my head, so that one's it. No offense to those who enjoy Billion Time Shine, probably some features being limited to be shared, and hopefully we get something similar. Yeah, like, I think that the remakes were a better version of Diamond and Pearl. I just wish they had focused on Platinum instead. Find that cute. Chambet be like. My figures, I'm at 43 single cards. I can post some of the current games I have in Discord if you like. Under what section though? You can do it under like one of, I think we just have a general Pokemon chat, don't we? If we don't, just anywhere in there is fine. Pictures even. Oh, sorry. Zebrafish lives in my head or in my head rent free. This one's great. I don't know why, but I just crack up when I catch a mantis. Man, 'tis so cool. I have not read that one. But still not as good as original Platinum. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. It was kind of sad. I wish they had gone like the Heart Gold Soul Silver route where like it was gold and silver, but they included the benefits of crystal. Yes, crystal as well, sorry. Backwards should have a proper remake of Gen 4 akin to past remakes, then a faithful remaster Gen 5 because it's already great. Random, I'm putting this up for you. How about a Sonic Marathon? Random, I want to see you do a Sonic Marathon. I think the reason why I've been having people come in who like know nothing about Kingdom Hearts, but they're sitting through the BS that is Kingdom Hearts with me because I am, I hope, very passionate about it, and I hope that kind of is evident. I want to see you be passionate about your favorite series, you know? That's what I want. Everyone should say that Random should do a Sonic Marathon. Here, let me add that one. And I like that one. If Rosie beats Sonic 3 and you beat Sonic Adventure, I'll play Sonic on stream. No, you have to do the full marathon. You gotta go all in. Like, not having the Poké on my lure skin makes it already worse than the original game. Yeah. I like the way they included it, but yeah, I know what you mean. There's hot-looking characters in Kingdom Hearts, so, I mean, you know. Hi, Tiffany. How are you doing today? Welcome on in. Welcome on in. CC as well. If you guys are joining us, we're doing a little Q&A this morning. If you guys have questions, throw them into chat. The mods will add them into a queue, and then eventually they will pop up on stream. You only gotta ask it the one time. Random says, if you could choose shiny colors for Sprigatito, Fuecoco, and Quaxley, what colors would they be? Okay, Sprigatito is a grass kitty cat. I always loved the idea of like a spring and fall variant for like plant type Pokemon or grass type Pokemon. So red. Fuecoco is already red, so I'd say like maybe like a gold yellow. Quaxley's a blue, and I like blue. For some reason, my mind is either going to white or black. White or black, I think. I don't know. What about you guys? What would you guys say? These are the new starters, by the way, for Scarlet and Violet. What colors do you guys think? I'll stream Bratz for the GameCube. I know Max will be there for that. I think Max also really enjoyed that. Is Twitch being like, oh, hey, you're new? I had that happen the other day and I was so confused. I think it was in Andrew's stream too, and I was just like, I have definitely been here before. Was it? I think it was Andrew. But yeah, no, sometimes it'll do that. So I have Quaxley's purple, Fuecoco's green, like a cool alligator dinosaur. Oh yeah, pink and yellow for Sprigatito. Totally new with my 49-month badge. I always like when blue Pokemon just change the shades of blue. I'm really fond of just blue in general. I agree with that. When you clear your browsing history. Oh, weird. What are we listening to? Just Peachy. I keep hearing like quacks in it. You guys hearing that? Am I just going crazy? There was quacks. Megan asks, did you love having a Pokemon game named after you? Crystal is my first Pokemon game. Yes. I still think it is the coolest game in my very humble opinion. I love Gen 2. I didn't really care about playing as a boy as a child. Harvest Moon games, it had the boy version, and that was usually it. So I was used to that. I was used to playing the original Pokemon games. It never really bothered me. I had a set name for when I'd play as a boy in games. It was always Alex. But Crystal, just like the cartridge was like that clear, kind of like sparkly blue. The colors of the game and just like the music and everything, and it was just fantastic. And like, yeah, it's gold and silver as well, but I don't know. I have a really big soft spot for it. I don't think I really twigged that it had the same name as me until I was a bit older. Like, I knew its name, but I don't know. I kind of wish that they still did the colored cartridges. I really do, because I think they stopped it in Gen 4, didn't they? They had it for Ruby Sapphire, and then Diamond and Pearl, they stopped it. Oh, Shadow Dragon. Easily the best Game Boy Color cart created, yeah. It's just cool. It's just cool. Green, because I like the idea of exposed green flames, quiet sleeves, white body to black, and tufted feathers on top to yellow gold. Oh, I like those too. See, I did watch that actually. I'm interested in it. I'm interested in it. Guys, get your questions in. If you have any questions for me, it can be really anything. Post them in chat. My Pokemon Black cartridge was black. Hi Iris, how are you doing today? Welcome on in. Welcome on in, you guys. We're doing a little Q&A this morning. Any questions, post them in chat. They'll appear on screen, which is pretty darn cool, if I do say so myself. Okay, Dave asks, what are some of your most memorable holiday events in the Harvest Moon series? I think the very first thing that comes to mind is the chicken festival from Harvest Moon Friends of Middletown, because it's essentially chicken fighting. I could say the other name, but I won't. And for some reason, it really stuck to me. The first time I won it was a big deal. Also, the horse racing in Friends of Middletown, because I found out how to cheese it. Oh, Katari, no worries. I hope that your workday goes well. Those two are ringing a bell. It's not really a holiday, but the first time, spoilers for an old game, I guess, in Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, there's a character called Nina who lives with her husband Galen. She's an old lady. And that game takes place over the span of a number of years. So in your first year, you arrive in the valley and you're like, you know, a young 20-ish year old man, and you get married in your first year, and then time skips forward a little bit and you have a son. He's like a toddler, so easily 2 to 3 years. And by that time, Nina has died. She passed away. And you kind of come back into the valley, and Galen isn't doing so well anymore. And the first time I found out that you can go to where his new house is and you can wash her grave, that was pretty cool. It was very emotional. It was very emotional. That was very much a big thing, because it was the first video game death I think I had really encountered as a kid that was very meaningful like that. Yeah, no, that Harvest Moon is different. It's different, and that's why I want a remake, but I'm also scared they're gonna ruin it. Thank you for tweeting about the gold points. Yes, no worries. I went through and I actually didn't have time. Some of them were already expired. But yeah, if you guys buy physical Switch games, remember to redeem your gold points, all right? Remember to get it out of them, because it's free money, essentially. I used it to buy a new game yesterday, so it's really cool. I always like the Starry Night Festival, where you have to have dinner with whoever you're pursuing. Yeah. Yeah, Megan, it's very different. I remember I didn't want to end that game for so long because of that. Oh my god, random no. Oh, wait, let me add that one. Oh, how did that get added twice? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Jen. Okay. Rosie is asking, what did you have for breakfast today? I had Starbies. So I had a... I was talking to my mom about it, actually. My mom always gets the same thing from Starbucks. She gets the apple... I think it's an apple caramel drink? Apple spice drink? It's like a hot apple drink with like caramel and spices and stuff. It's actually pretty tasty. And her drink spilled in the bag. So my sandwich this morning, which was the bacon Gouda and cheese sandwich, was infused with apple. It was kind of gross, to be honest. But I really do like that breakfast sandwich, so yeah. And she had a sausage, egg and cheese thing from Starbucks as well, so. And this is just the strawberry refresher. Nothing special about it. There we go, I'll add that to the list. Didn't realize that you could. I'm so mad. All the points I've lost out on, but glad I know now. Thank you. Yeah, for sure. I usually keep up with it, but forgot about it for Pokemon Pearl, Arceus, and Rune Factory 5. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I should probably take that one away. Do you guys like apple cider? Like, I know that there's like alcoholic varieties. We usually just have like the warm variety that's not alcoholic. Happened to me about a week ago. We were passing by McDonald's. I ordered myself and my mom an iced caramel frappe, and then we were just about to turn home. Mine spilled all over the car carpet. Oh god. I don't have a car. My mom has never drove. So I never grew up in cars, really. But I know that they can be such a pain to clean. That sucks. I'm sorry about that. Especially something like sticky. So. Okay, random asks, what is one criticism you have about the Legend of Zelda franchise? It's hard to say because it has so many different variants. There's so many different versions. There's so many different takes on it. Does anyone remember? I don't remember if it was a rumor or if it actually was going to be a thing at one point and then they scrapped it. There was the whole Linkle thing, like the female Link. Like I said earlier, I've never been fussed about playing as a boy in games. I've never been bothered. I don't feel any particular way towards it. But I think that'd be kind of cool. Just low-key, you don't even have to change Zelda, you know? Yeah, she is in Hyrule Warriors, so she is official. She is official then. I'm just like, I would have loved to have that option. You know, just for a change of pace, I think it would have been cool. I don't really have that many complaints. I enjoy Zelda. I do enjoy Zelda. My neighbors are now hammering, I'm sorry. Hopefully it's not too loud. My favorite parts of fall season is getting cider and donuts, yeah. Only had the alcoholic one. I learned like 2 years ago they have a non-alcoholic version. I remember I first mentioned it in stream one time that I was drinking that and people are like, are you getting drunk? And I'm like, no. No, this wouldn't get me drunk anyway. I mean, tingle, yeah. Let me add this. Okay. Oh, wait. There it is. Walker asks, question, how are the mods? Are they still in the closet and do you feed them? What's your opinion on marshmallows? Mods, how are you doing? Can we get a mod roundup? How are you all doing today? I know Pepper's not feeling great because she had her booster shot yesterday. I feed them when I remember. No. I think the mods might be outgrowing my closet a bit. I think we need to either move and get a walk-in closet or like figure out a different place. I know Andrew said he was under the floorboards, which is concerning because I'm in an apartment, which means he's down below underneath me. I am simply vibing. I'm in the bed, thank you. Someone a few years ago playing the lore, being the only main character in Tomb Raider. Yeah, that's weird. I feel like it'd be better if there was a new original hero. Yeah, I think the issue with it is that it always has to be Link, Ganon, and Zelda. It always has to be, you know, these three people because they're linked by the Triforce and the powers that be or whatever. I don't know. Zelda stuff. Been in a closet most of my life so far. There's fact is practically a Narnia. Adam, are you saying we're too big? No, I'm saying that there's more of you now than there were before. When we first started joking about the closet, I think it was just like a handful of you guys. And now there's more of you. So my mom's convinced she's alcoholic and she's being all giggly about it because I don't drink normally until my brother had to explain things. Zelda 2 is too difficult to get around. Twilight Princess tutorial too long. Skyward Sword is too empty. Breath of the Wild has no dungeons. Majora's Mask only has 4 dungeons. Minish Cap only has 6 dungeons. Ocarina of Time has some funky N64 controls. Those are my complaints. How many dungeons do you want in the game? I feel like especially because we just finished Majora's Mask, I felt like the dungeons were like pretty decent. A game where Ganondorf isn't evil? Isn't it more than just mods in there? Yeah, I think like some of the viewers hang out in there too. I got banned from the closet for setting too many fires. This is true. This is true, Isabel. It's true. Tiffany, why do you think ACNH has such a quick burn? I played nearly for like 9 years, but ACNH is so wonderful and I'm bored already. I have a couple different opinions on that. I think first and foremost is timing. Timing when it came out. When you think about it, March 2020, end of March 2020 is when I think the rest of the world outside of, I want to say like Asia maybe, really started to catch on that like, hey, this sickness that's going around, this isn't a good thing. I think that's when it really started. I remember early, like mid-February is when I was reading articles about it and I'm like, that doesn't look good. The Pandora happened. So everyone was at home. Most of us were at home. And the timing was perfect sales-wise because everyone needed something to do. Everyone needed to escape. Everyone wanted to play together. And ACNH was perfect for that. But we also all didn't really do much else other than play it for like, you know, hours at a time. And it's my opinion always that Animal Crossing is a 30 minutes to an hour per day sort of game. That's just me. Some people play it all day. I don't know how you do. Some people do. It's always been very much, you know, sign on for a little bit, do your dailies, check how your villagers are doing, have some fun, and then sign off. And most of us weren't doing that. Most of us spam rushed the game. I also don't think the game was entirely 100% done when it came out. And, you know, there's only so much to do. It still doesn't quite have the same charm as the older games. It has its own charm, but it's not quite the same. And I think that's another reason, so. Yeah. Bunch of dungeons. I think Lights of Past has a bunch of dungeons as well. Like March is when my city was grappled and locked up tight for longer than anyone thought it would be, yep. So many people who never played the game or talked crap about it before jumped into the bandwagon, yeah. Everyone just jumped on, because what else could you do? Oh, bubblegum, ew. Sorry, I don't like bubblegum, KK. I'm gonna just skip past that. But yeah, that's an interesting question. But the time factor, that's a good point. I agree with you on all those things. For sure, thank you so much for asking. Okay, random. If you could choose one character to return to a future Zelda game, who would it be? Could it just be Beetle? Could we just bring him back in every single game no matter what? It would be Beetle. Or the Sploosh or Kaboom guy. I don't even know his name, but the Sploosh or Kaboom guy. Because I want to hear him in the newer games. I just want to play Sploosh Kaboom. I love about the original Animal Crossing games is how niche and quirky they are. New Horizon feels great, but a bit generic. Yes, yeah. Sploosh. I had that as a sound alert for a while, didn't I? I think I got rid of it. I need to change that. Oh, Cass comes back. I can't see why he wouldn't. I liked him too. Wish my Switch game timer didn't bug when I transferred from old Switch to new Switch. A lot of my game times have not updated anymore. Wish I could see how long I've had of Indie Horizons, but I've no doubt it's over 2,000 hours, probably. 5 reasons why it's not Tingle. I can just say Tingle for each of those reasons, right? And we'll all understand. We'll all absolutely understand why I don't want Tingle back. Can you imagine if he's in Breath of the Wild 2, how scary he's gonna look? Just think about him in that art style. Oh! Thank you for playing that, I appreciate it. Alright guys, get your questions in. There we go, adding that to the list, Rosie. Thank you for that. What's one game you want to go back to but you don't have enough time to? I mean, I kind of tried to dive back into Final Fantasy XIV recently, but I haven't had the motivation to play it. I do kind of have the time, but I was watching also Wade Lady last night play Spiritfarer, and I realized one day I do want to go back to that game. It's not that I don't have the time though, it's that I'm scared to cry again. Cause now I know what happens and it hurts more that I know. If you guys haven't played Spiritfarer though, don't let me stop you. It's such a great game. Dear Lord, it's an emotional gut punch, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And the DLC, yeah. I was not in a good place to play that game when I was playing it, let's put it that way. Yeah, I remember that, Shadow Dragon, I remember that. I'm trying to think about time, what do I not have time for? Xenoblade, actually, yeah. It's just, it feels like a very big investment of time to play Xenoblade 1 and 2 and X. But I really want to before the next one comes out, but it won't happen, I don't have enough time. So, yes, I need to buy that Cozy Grove DLC. When was the first time you experienced heartbreak in the Kingdom Hearts franchise? When Donald and Goofy left me for Riku at the end of 1. That hurt. But like proper heartbreak, I think the first time I like outright sobbed, and I do mean like sobbing uncontrollably at a Kingdom Hearts game, was the end of 3. For reasons that, you know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, it's fine. We'll get there eventually. And I think it was a mix of, I've been waiting years for Kingdom Hearts 3 to finally come out, and I finally had it, and I finally beat it. And then the ending happened, and I was just like a wreck. But also, I couldn't talk to anyone about it because none of my friends were either playing Kingdom Hearts or had gotten to that point. I remember the person who I was talking to the person I was talking to the most about Kingdom Hearts at the time was Ark, and he didn't even have his game yet because he was waiting for it to arrive. And I'm just sobbing because I didn't have anyone to talk to about it. No one knew about it, and it was horrible. It was really bad, but it was so good. It was so good. Random asks, how would you feel if Larxene Elrina returns as a playable character in or after 4 as part of the good guys? I wouldn't be against it. I don't really know her character as a somebody, because I haven't really watched her cutscenes of the phone game. But I've heard she's quite nice. Not against it. I just don't like Larxene. I just really don't like Larxene very much, so... Friends are making a parody version of We Don't Talk About Bruno. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I've heard that the Mystery Dungeon games can be very, very emotional. Oh, Walker, we'll see you later. Best of luck. It's right to have been a very hard moment for those characters as well, and that secretly Sora lost a part of himself at that time, yeah. Megan, what's your favorite month of the year? Summer months. June, July, August. I'm a summer person. I like the heat, I like the sunshine, I like the long days. I don't like winter. And I know a lot of people like fall for some reason, but for me, fall is the signal that summer is over and winter is on its way. I don't like fall very much. I don't get it. I don't get the like for it, other than the pretty colors, maybe. So yeah, summer months. Is your birthday in July? I hope that you have a great birthday when that comes up. It's cute in the mobile game, it's still kind of annoying. I relate to that so much. I don't have many people in my personal life to talk to about games. Tekken is one of my favorite games. And I wish I had someone to talk to about it. And Rosie's as well. There's some July birthdays in here. I think it was kind of similar to when I beat Crisis Core. If you know the ending of Crisis Core, you know why I stopped. I could not watch that ending without crying. And again, I didn't really have anyone to talk to. No one I knew played Final Fantasy VII. That's why if anyone ever comes in here, like Affection, for example, anyone who comes in here who like knows or is willing to learn about Final Fantasy VII, I'm like, I appreciate you. Yeah, Rosie, right? I wasn't expecting it to hit me so hard because I wasn't actually playing. We were just watching the cutscenes, but it still got me. All right, guys, get those questions in. We don't got any on the docket. It can be literally anything. You can ask me about games. You can ask me about Tater. You can ask me about Ollie. You can ask me about IRL stuff. You can ask me about Mike. You can ask me about food. Anything, really. If I don't feel comfortable answering a question, I just won't. Is your birthday 2 weeks away? CC, nice. Very heat sensitive, so fall is nice because I'm finally not dying outside, but spring is my favorite because the never-ending winter months are depressing. They are. They are. What was your perfect date with Mike? That we've already been on, I'm assuming? So there's two things that we both really have enjoyed doing. We went to an aquarium here called Ripley's Aquarium. Ideal or past? Okay. It's this really big aquarium downtown Toronto, and it's nice because you get to kind of like look at the fish and the sharks and the sea creatures and kind of bond over that, and it's not like this pressure to like make conversation or talk to each other, but you can talk, like, you know what I mean? That's kind of my ideal date in general. But we also went to a place called Center Island here, which is literally an island off of Toronto, and you can take a ferry to get there. It's like 10 minutes. And we both have a lot of really good memories there. It was just really nice. It wasn't a date per se, but I have really fond memories of going there with him. It was like days before we started officially dating, if you know what I mean. And if anyone doesn't know the story with Mike, he had asked me out like a year before this, and I had said no because I was like, I just got out of a relationship and I want to focus on my last year of college. I don't want any boys distracting me, you know what I mean? He still ended up distracting me, but like he was nice about it. Like, you know, he's like, okay, fine, I'll just be your friend, we'll just hang out. And you know, a year later we went to Center Island. We've been spending all of our time together, and I'm catching feelings. I'm like, I wanna date this guy. And we were walking around Center Island, Rosie, and I remember I kept looking down at his hand as he's walking, and I kept wanting to reach out and grab it, but I was too shy. I think at one point I finally managed it. And then we don't know the official date. We say that our anniversary is July 8th. We don't actually know the official date. We just made it up. But a few days later, I think we were just sitting on my bed watching TV, and I kind of turned to him and I'm like, hey, you want to go on a date with me? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then that was it. That was it. Now 6 years later, here we are. 6 years. God, I don't like thinking about that. I like this one from Adam. Pineapple pizza? No. I love pineapple. I love pizza. I don't like them together. I don't like this, like the sweet, fruity on my cheese and stuff. I don't really. No offense if you like it, it's cool. Just no. Just no. Guys distract me all the time. I mean, what? Since you canceled the Mystery Dungeon playthrough, what was it you didn't like about it? That's a good question. It wasn't that I didn't like the game. I just found it wasn't really the vibe I wanted for stream. It was a little bit slow. There wasn't really the chat interaction. So something I kind of look at when I'm streaming games, especially something I haven't streamed before, is like, how is chat interacting with it? Are they being talkative? Are they excited to see this? And I wasn't really getting the interaction I wanted. It was hard to keep up a conversation. I found it very kind of tedious almost. It's the sort of game that I want to go back and play on my own, but I just don't think it fits the vibe I want for the stream. So, unfortunately, because it was cute as heck. I love the art style of it, but I'll leave my weave at the door. Also done with work, I'll take it easy. But for the podcast, I'm excited, Rosie. If you guys, random's already on it, but if you guys didn't know, Rosie and I host a bi-weekly podcast every other Wednesday. And later on today, we'll be on together doing Lord knows what. I don't think we have any plans for today, which means chaos. Just because pineapple belongs on my pizza doesn't mean you have to eat it more. For me, exactly. That's the way I like to think of it. There we go. Get spray bottles ready. Oh, you have game ideas? I am concerned. You'll be at work, no worries. You can always watch it later on YouTube if you'd like to, but I really hope your workday goes well. Did you enjoy school as a teen kid, or were you indifferent towards it? It depends on what age I was. When I was young, my dad put me into a French immersion program, which we've talked about before. I really didn't get on well with the teachers I had for French, and I had those same teachers usually for the English portions of the course as well, or of the classes. My attitude towards school up until about maybe 8th, 9th grade was, I do work while at school, I don't care about my grades. My mom was never one to push me for good grades. She's like, as long as you're there, as long as you're trying to understand, as long as you're, you know, working at it, I don't care. I never once got in trouble for bad grades. But something clicked around grade 8, which is here, I was in a middle school. It was the year before I went over to high school. And I was in a really shitty school. If I can be honest, it was horrible. A lot of the kids there were expected to drop out. They were expected to get into... I'm trying to word this nicely. Not so good things. They were expected not to make anything of themselves, which is a horrible thing. It was a school that wasn't in a very good area. My mom didn't really have much choice on where to send me. We moved when I was in grade 8 to where we are now, actually, and I ended up going to a better school because of that. And I think somewhere in my little brain, I twigged that I would need to step up my game. And from grade 9, middle grade 8 onwards, I actually started doing homework, because I never did that before. I started studying, I started working, and I wasn't the best student, but I did try my best. And I had some things I was good at, and then math, which I'm not good at. But yeah, it took a while. It took a while for that to kind of come into my brain. And it's something, if I ever have kids, I don't want to, like, you know, make them scared to bring home a report card. But I also do appreciate my mom for, you know, kind of being almost hands-off. There's a fine line. Oh, Rosie, oh no, I'm really scared. Oh, Adam, don't feel bad. It's all good. Never study in my damn life. Some people just don't need to. Some people just don't. It's quite sad because students know when you don't expect anything of them. Yeah. I will never forget the moment. There was a grade 8 night where they invited the grade 8 students and their parents, and they were kind of going over we have like a home, like, It's not homeschooling. They call it your home schools, the schools, the high schools that are in your area, in your district, that you're allowed to go to. And we had already moved by this time, so my home high school was the one I ended up going to, which was a much better school. The students there were usually going off to universities and stuff. My mom and I went, and they were going over all these other high schools, and at one point my mom puts up her hand and goes, "Hey, my daughter is going to blank school. Do you have any information for that?" And I remember the room went dead quiet because I was the only one who was going to be going to there, and I just felt so isolated. I remember actually feeling bad about it because none of my friends would be going with me, but it ended up being the best thing for me, is going to a new school, fresh start, meeting new people, people who were probably better influences anyway. But I sometimes wonder what happened to a lot of those kids. I only know what happened to one classmate, and it's a little bit bad, so I won't say, but had a good school, bad graduation rate, bad school teachers, all cared, and best grad rate in the district. Interesting. Did pass my English though, I guess I'm too easily distracted. Before streaming, what was your favorite job you had? I had a handful. I had like a short summer gig where I worked there's the Pan Am Games here. I did ticket selling. That one was actually nice because of working with people. I enjoyed the people who I worked with. After that, I had it was a phone job. It wasn't telemarketing, it was a customer service, I guess, for a company that dealt with barcodes. And that made me realize that I really don't like people. But again, I liked the people I worked with, and that made all the difference. I could get off the phone with a horrible person who just, cussed me out or whatever, made me feel like a horrible person for just doing my job. And then I'd turn around and be like, "Hey, get a load of what this person said." And then we'd laugh about it and it'd be great. My most recent job before this, I hated it so much, and I didn't like most of the people I worked with. They didn't like me very much either. It was very much a clique sort of thing. And I have been so thankful that I left every single day since I left 3 years ago now, and there's not a day that goes by where I'm just not like, I'm not there. I'm not there. Even if I don't make a lot of money doing this, I'm not there. So I think probably the one before that, the call center sort of deal. Super self-conscious like I was, yes. Don't know how to properly label this. That's the label I would use. School system here suck ass. Yep. Changed schools in 10th grade. Been doing a private school and wanted to change to another school near home so I could get a job. Worst decision ever. Failed year 11, tried again and gave up. Then tried one more time and passed and gave up on year 12. Worst part, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get a job. I was a server at Olive Garden for 5 years. That's what made me dislike people. Yeah, I feel like anytime you're doing a public-facing job, people suck. Yeah, Megan, I'm really happy about it too. Regarding Sonic Adventure, what's preventing you from going back to finish it completely? Random. If I can advise you to go back and watch like the last little bit of our Sonic Adventure stream. Do you remember when I was struggling against that final boss? And then I thought I finished it, and then he swooped in and killed me, and then there was a phase 2. You remember that? I remember that. I nearly broke something. I was so done, but also it just, I don't know, that puts me off. The camera put me off a little bit. Nothing against the game, really. It's just, it was a lot. Hate people before getting a job, and my job just made me hate people worse. Yeah, I count myself very lucky that Mike, in particular, is helping me do what I want to do. Hi, Rebecca. My mom as well, to a certain degree. Like, they're both supportive of me doing this all day, essentially. Also, if you guys are joining us, we're doing like a little Q&A, just chatting stream this morning. If you guys have any questions, post them in chat. The mods will add them into like a little queue, and then they will pop up on stream when I'm ready to answer them. So give me just a second here. I need to take a drink. Okay. That's weird. Okay, mods. Anyone who's on the system for adding questions, does it say that Shadow Dragon has a mod sword next to their name? Is that just me? Or do you guys see that too? It's not yes, you see it too. It's not showing here, but it's showing on screen. That's really funny. Apparently you're a mod now, by the way. What was the first game you got for your Switch? Breath of the Wild. I share a birthday with Breath of the Wild, March 3rd. I also share a birthday with the Switch. So that was the first game I got. My mom got me my Switch and Breath of the Wild day one, and we streamed it day one, and it was such a time. It was such a time. Yeah, I think that's the only game I actually had for a while too. Favorite Switch game? That's really hard. That's really hard. Brandon, I hope so. God, guys, what are your favorite Switch games? That's a hard question, man. I really like Breath of the Wild. I think it was fantastic. But is it my favorite? What Switch game do you have the most hours on? Oh, ACNH, hands down. I'm at like 800, 900 hours, I think. But I don't know if that's my favorite. Like, is that a weird thing to say? Top 5, Breath of the Wild, ACNH. Let's Go Eevee. I know that's controversial, but I really liked it. Arceus is really, really good, and dare I say Dragon Quest Builders 2? Dare I say Dragon Quest Builders 2 or Ring Fit? Dragon Quest Builders 2 is really phenomenal though, by the way. That's a hard question though, thank you for that one. What's that one coffee you like from Starbucks? Was it a blondie? I think so. The issue is, Mendelin, every time I order coffee from Starbucks, it changes depending on, who makes it, I think. So, like, there's one time I had a blondie and it was phenomenal, and then the next time I order it, it might be different. So, or Lego City Undercover. It's another game, sorry. But yeah, I think it was a blondie. Rosie, what is everyone's favorite sleepover / drunk game? Never have I either truth or date? Truth or dare, right? 2 truths, 1 lie. I love Never Have I Ever. It's funny. I used to play that a lot with some friends over voice chat just for funsies. I'm horrible at thinking of stuff, but it just, I really, really enjoy it. Rosie, is it truth or date because you want to date me? Okay. No. I did just buy Dragon Quest Builders 2. I've been waiting for the full version for forever, and I love it. Oh, yes! It's so good. I love that game to pieces. Yes. People at McCafe are hit and miss as to whether or not I can actually make a good coffee. Yeah, that's the thing. It's why I usually, like, I'll order drinks like these, because, like, these are usually a bit more standard. Even Tim Hortons, I can't consistently order coffee because it's always good. Which Switch game do you have the most hours on? So I think it's ACNH, but I can actually show you guys if you want. Oh wait, can I? Bear with me for a second. I'm gonna see if this actually shows anything I don't want you guys to see. Bear with. AKA my friend code, if you're wondering. If you're wondering. Bear with. Bear with. Actually, wait a minute. I can look at it from here, can't I? Totally not collecting data for the podcast later. Sort, filter, longest first. Okay, I can show you guys this page. There you go. So if you guys look down below, ACNH is first, Pokemon Sword is second, Story of Season, Friends of Middletown is third. That actually surprises me. Arceus, Breath of the Wild, Ring Fit, Final Fantasy VII. They were really good coffee. I don't think I've heard of them, Katari. Totally not collecting. Oh wait, no, I already read that. Never had Tim Hortons back home, but now I'm at uni, there's one, and the food is so good and the coffee is amazing. I think it's just the Tim Hortons near me, but I've had food poisoning from them one too many times. So, it's really unfortunate. Cozy Grove was getting up there as well, but then it didn't really run all that well on Switch after a while. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And I can't really show you because I do try to keep the friend code private. But if you would believe me, it says I have 950 hours in New Horizons. And Sword, for reference. Oh, it doesn't even show me, never mind. I haven't played it that recently, I guess. Also, I have a new game that I really want to stream with you guys or do a YouTube playthrough on at some point, but I'm gonna play through it myself first. Has anyone in here played The Kids We Were? It might be a new little favorite gem for me along the same lines as A Short Hike. Much more strict. Yeah, it's possible. First time hearing the name. So, I won't give away too much, but it mainly takes place in 1980s Japan in a small town. And you're playing as a kid who's going around solving like the 7 mysteries of the town. So you're playing it last night? Yeah. I just got it last night, and these days it's kind of rare for me to buy a game and play it for me. I usually buy it and play it for stream. But this game is so cozy. I think I'm gonna do a YouTube playthrough of it, not on stream, because I want to do more YouTube content, but I have so much to play now, especially since I finally have the NSO expansion. It's really, really cute, so keep an eye out for that whenever that happens. I guess I can close that down for now. Boop. Random Axel or Reeve? Axel. I love Reeve to pieces, but Axel has been around longer for me, so. Reeve is a sweet man, though. Zach or are we doing this? Blank or blank? Zach or Axel? Is it bad? Is it bad I want to say Axel because he's lasted longer? That's real dark. That's real dark. But yeah, they can't kill off Axel because he's the favorite. Zach's already gone. I mean, kind of already gone. 2 Subway sandwich shots. When the second one opened, I got food poisoning first visit. Never went back even though its location is more convenient than the other place. Yeah. I sometimes forget. Do you change faves a lot? Like have many favorite of the moment games? Yes. I'll have ones that like will always be a favorite, like Stardew, Earthbound, Short Hike, you know, like games that have really stuck with me. But I'll go through phases where like I just want to play a Harvest Moon or a Rune Factory game, or I just want to play a Final Fantasy game, or I just want to play Pokemon. So I still love all those things consistently, but I'll have moments where I want to just focus on one for however long. Or is he? Rebecca, don't do that to me. Oh, goodness me. But yeah, that's me. I definitely go through phases. I never really drop things, though. I always will say that I like it even in the background. Final Fantasy 15 stream when? Hands up in chat, who would be interested in Final Fantasy 15 if I was to stream it? because I really want to, but I think the biggest issue with 15 is you kind of have to also watch the anime. There's like side things, like side material that you need to understand the main story. You can still play and enjoy it, but you won't get the full context. 0 question mark? I'd be intrigued, not seen any of it. Haven't played Cozy Grove today, enjoy. Yeah, no, I want to stream it at some point. It's on the list of things. It's the sort of thing where it's like, pirate raising their hand, raising their hook. So excited that I got disconnected from chat. I've mentioned this before, and I mentioned it a bit earlier. I'll go through phases, where I kind of really have to think about what I stream and when I stream it. So like, you know, if a new Pokemon game comes out, if something Animal Crossing happens, some big Nintendo title, chances are I'm gonna be playing it because I know I want to play it, but I'll also have a lot of people who want to watch it. But then there's games that I want to stream that maybe people aren't as interested in. So for example, Final Fantasy, or at least as many people in my audience aren't as interested in. So I kind of have to balance like when I stream games that I really just want to play for me, and when I stream games that I want to play for everyone, if that makes sense. Like I can't just like always play just what I want to play, because I'm concerned I won't have any viewers at all, if that makes sense. That being said, if you come in no matter what I'm playing, dear Lord, thank you. It means the world. It means the world. Do you also collect Pokemon cards as well as playing the games? No. I kind of wish I still had my Pokemon cards from childhood. I think they got thrown out or sold during one of our moves. I never played the Pokemon card game, but I liked having the cards as a child because it was Pokemania of the 90s, right? And I mentioned it kind of yesterday as like a, you know, a 4 or 5-year-old. My mom was trying to train me, because that's what you do with children, you train, to stop wetting the bed. And she knew that I could do it. I just needed the motivation. So she bribed me. She bribed me with a Pokemon card pack, and she said, okay. She bought like a couple packs and she held it up and she went, for every morning that you wake up and the bed is dry, I will give you 1 card. And I will never forget. The first morning I woke up and my bed was dry, I ran downstairs. I'm like, Mom, my bed's dry. I want my card. And she handed me a seal card. I'll never forget that card. I remember what it looks like to this day. It was like the OG card, and it was a seal. And I wish I still had it. I kind of want to like frame it. And I didn't really have any trouble wetting the bed after that. It just, the motivation worked. Whether or not it was I didn't drink a lot before bed, or if I went to the bathroom, or like, you know, I got up in the middle of the night. I don't know what it was, but it worked. So my mom was not above bribery when it needed to happen. Ubi, I play it pretty frequently for the YouTube playthrough. I'm gonna be getting that DLC, I think, later on today. Bribing works. Only reason I would not watch your stream if it's something that gets me dizzy. That's very fair, yeah. That's very fair. But yeah, I don't actually remember any of the other cards I got. I just remember the first one. And I wish I still had them. I wish I still had them. Have to get it on payday. Yeah. From best to worst, how would you rank each Kingdom Hearts game? Kingdom Hearts 2 at the top, because it is the best. Kingdom Hearts 3 after that. Kingdom Hearts... Oh. Then it gets tricky. Birth by Sleep after that? And then... 1? My finger's going out so slowly. Dream Drop? Mm, 358 dates. This is hard. I don't care about the phone game. Recoded and Chain of Memories are at the very bottom. very, very bottom. Chain of Memories is at the bottom, and then Recoded is just above it. 0.2 is actually pretty high up there. It's around 3. I think it's after 3, to be honest. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit. That's a hard question, man. Oh, okay. I kind of already answered this, but I play, maybe shameless self-plug if you guys don't already know. I feel like a lot of people know me from YouTube, but I do have a YouTube channel. I'm trying to get into more YouTube specific content right now. Right now I've been recently I've been doing a lot of just uploading streams. But I do have a playthrough of Cozy Grove that's ongoing. We actually just did day 30? Day 29, I think. And it's such a great little game. It's so much fun. It's gonna be a long playthrough. It'll take us a long time to get through it, but... Oh, Rosie, I hope your head feels better soon. Let me know if it doesn't by later and we can sort something out. Are you in the middle of the new episode? I hope you're enjoying it. I'm excited to see what the DLC has, so... Well, the nights I couldn't sleep, I was ranking Sonic games in my head with a score. Hi, Dream Moon, how are you doing? Welcome on in. If you guys are just joining us, we are doing a little Q&A. Pretty much say, if you have any questions for me, it can be anything really, post them in chat. Feel free. Hey, Jessie Cat. They'll eventually pop up on stream, just like this one has, and I'll answer them. So feel free, you can ask multiple questions. It can be anything, really, anything random. Please keep them coming, you guys. It's fun. I enjoy this. I'm trying to decide if I want to show you guys something. Should I show you? It's a secret thing, but speaking of YouTube content, I'm weighing the pros and cons because I wasn't going to release this until later. Do it, do it. Okay, bear with. Let me see if I can get this to work. Also, best flower in each Animal Crossing game? I don't know the flowers in the OG game because they didn't really matter too much, but my favorite flowers at all are the hyacinths. Any flowers before that, it was probably the lilies. But the hyacinths are my favorite flower, hands down. And I didn't actually like them at first. I wasn't sure what I thought about them, but they're gorgeous. I love the blue and like the pastel kind of diluted colors they have. Okay. I hope I can bring this up. Bear with me for a second, okay? This might actually start playing a bit early. And I don't want it to. I'm nervous to show this. Yeah, you can just ask questions directly in chat. You won't see it, but it gets added into a queue, and then the mods will post it when I'm ready to answer questions. Okay, so I'm nervous. Why am I nervous? I've been working on a little something for YouTube, and I've mentioned it briefly in here, but this is the first time anyone has seen it. Not even Fan House has seen this yet. You guys get to see it first for being in here, so bear with. Oh, nope, stop it. It started playing on its own. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, I won't. I guess I have to be full screen for it. Sorry, you guys. I'll mute this, and you guys have to let me know if you can actually hear it. I think you should be able to. Oh, wait. And that's it. That is the teaser you guys get. I hope you could hear that. I chose music for it, but I don't know how well it worked. I couldn't hear it. But that is going to be the intro for a little something something that we're gonna have coming up here soon. So that's exciting. Here, let me turn on the music again. So you playing Animal Crossing last night, and I was just like, what is she doing? But yeah, if you guys want to keep an eye on YouTube, whether it be for a video that explains what that is or a post, because I can do those now. Random, I think so. I'll be explaining everything there in the next couple days, I think, so it's exciting. Probably on Sunday, I think, which has reason why I'm posting it on Sunday, but yeah. Let's see. Green Turtle asks, is there a recipe you have always have on a holiday or it won't be the same? Like always having a Christmas ham or something? My mom does like a full like Christmas dinner sort of deal. So I think traditionally it's meant to be turkey, but we usually do chicken because it's just us two. Mashed potatoes, veggies, stuffing, gravy, whole 9 yards. Although, we always have, it's not a recipe, it's actually a candy or chocolate. We always have quality streets. Always in the house at Christmas. That is tradition. When I was a kid though, my grandmother, on my mom's side, the adopted side, she's passed now, but she always used to send us, like goodies around Christmas, and there were these like little chocolate ball things that were covered in coconut. And I wasn't huge on coconut as a kid, but I remember liking them. And I recently had a flashback of them. I had actually forgotten about them. So I'm gonna see if I can't like dig up the recipe for those. And I think she always sent my dad fruitcake. I don't think anyone else in the house liked fruitcake except for him. Custard and roses during the holidays, yeah. That's the main thing I can think of, yeah. Toffee pennies, I used to love those, but I can't eat them anymore. My teeth hurt. My favorite quality streets these days are the coconut-filled ones. And like the triangles, like the green triangles, they're just like straight up chocolate. My teeth don't like the sweet things anymore, unfortunately. But yeah. Been wondering if you've been thinking about streaming ACNH, and if so, what inspiration have you found, or if you started a new island? I have been tinkering with the idea of... Didn't say hi to Tater Tot. Oh, no worries, it's okay, he's right here. I've been tinkering around with the idea of starting a new island on my other Switch, which is the one that is right beside Luigi right there. Just starting a brand new island, starting fresh, but then I've also been considering going back to Lilybell and starting a Kingdom Hearts theme island. Probably Twilight Town. I don't know. It'll be one or the other, or both. We'll see how I do. That being said, I did, like, you know, obviously I've been on ACNH recently, and I really liked the layout I have going on, so I don't really want to change it. So maybe that Twilight Town theme will be on the new island. We'll have to see. My teeth can cry all they want, nothing stops the toffee penny. I can't relate. I am such a wimp when it comes to teeth pain. Yeah, well, it was either gonna be dawn or, you know, later, like, that kind of like golden hour, I think is probably the best time. But yeah, at some point. I don't really know when I'd fit it into the schedule, though. Our schedule is kind of packed for the next little while. Random, what are some worlds you'd like to see return in Kingdom Hearts 4? Which ones you'd prefer didn't? I have a nasty feeling they're gonna bring in, like, the Lion King. And I love the Lion King, and you guys know this, but the live action Lion King was not the best. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get rid of Roseview because Roseview is on that Switch and I have no inspiration for it, so. But yeah, I have a feeling they're gonna do that, which it technically would be returning. Hey, Kitari, how's it going? I think hands down. Oh wait, not how's it going, sorry. I hope you have a good day. I was just like, greeting or goodbye, which one do I say? And I chose the wrong one. I think hands down, obviously, we're gonna have Olympus again in some way, shape, or form because of the Hades thing in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. And I do strongly believe that was Hades. High School Musical and Corey in the house. But you're asking about returning. They could easily do something again with Toy Story. I hope that they don't. Because I liked Toy Story 3's ending, and I don't think it needs to go further than that, but I know why they're doing it. Trying to think of worlds we've been to that haven't had like that have sequels that we could explore upon. I don't know. I'd be happy if we didn't have another. Oh, VC King Games, welcome on in. How was your stream? What are y'all up to today? I'd be happy if we didn't have another Little Mermaid world. I don't think we will, but I'd be happy if we didn't. I think that's about it. If you guys are just joining us though, welcome on in. We're doing like a little Q&A sort of thing today. We're just chatting. We have a new game that the embargo lifts for this afternoon at 12, which is a secret still. You guys don't know the game, and I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but we're going to be playing that this afternoon, so I'm excited. Darkness will say, don't get your head in the game. Let me add that one. Finny Fun. Shiny reading stream. Oh my goodness. I'll add that one. Oh, sorry, double added it. No, Tron. Yeah, the Tron. Well, I think that they've done everything they could with Tron, but I didn't like those either too much. Yeah. I think those are my answers. Those are my answers for that. What villagers are you going to get when you start your Kingdom Hearts Island? I don't really have anything specific. Like obviously I could get Axel, but I don't really feel like he represents the character all that well. So I'd probably go for characters that are a bit better suited to, like, you know, the main cast than just like based on names, for example. But yeah, I don't really have any plans. Don't really have any plans. Shiny rating stream when? At some point, honestly, we can do that during one of these just chatting streams. Someone got to bring it to me beforehand because your girl doesn't plan that far in ahead. Love to see Tarzan back if they sorted out the licensing issue. Yeah, same here. Tarzan was fun. You know what I actually don't want again? Winnie the Pooh. I love Winnie the Pooh, but they, like, I don't know what they thought they were doing in 3, but it was not fun. They, like, took my poor sweet bear and, like, made a mockery of him. It was awful. They, like, threw him in for the sake of throwing him in. Marshall gave me Kingdom Hearts vibes as far as personality. I could see Marshall for Riku. I could see that actually really easily. But yeah, honestly, random, like, next time I mention, or like next month when I'm planning the Just Chatting stream, just like mention Shiny Reading and we can probably do that. If you guys have any questions, by the way, ask them in chat. Ooh, I like that one. Favorite pasta dish? Anything with cheese, to be honest. I have recently found out that one of my favorite shapes of pasta is actually called Scooby pasta. I thought my mom was making fun of it, but it's actually called Scooby pasta. It's like a twirly sort of noodle. So some of that with some like rosé sauce, and like maybe some chicken in there is just like beautiful. Like that's all I really need. But you can actually look at, I swear to God, it's actually called Scooby, like Scooby-Doo. I'm actually Googling this just to make sure I'm not just like going crazy. Yeah, it is. Okay, so if you Google Scooby pasta, you'll see like the Scooby-Doo like canned pasta, but also that there's the dry pasta. I love Pooh's World and Disney Magical World too. You can farm there. Oh, I mean, you had me at farming. But yeah. Is it weird that that's like my favorite pasta? Next up, I know you love, oh wait, bear with. I know you love potatoes. Ever tried cheesy potato casserole? My mom used to do probably the most unhealthy thing. She'd make a casserole using like potato, like tater tots. Not you. Cheese and like a mushroom or onion soup mix, I think. And it would mix all together and bake it into a casserole. It was so, and onions somewhere in there too. It was so unhealthy. Like each little portion is probably like a bajillion calories. But it was so good. It was so good. The Scooby-Doo shaped mac and cheese, right? Yeah, that's what I would think too. But no, that's probably the closest I've had to it. Mike in recent years has introduced me to gnocchi, which is essentially potato pasta, and that's one of my new favorite things. Just like fry up some of that. It's good. I really enjoy that actually. Wait, what about Stanley? What's going on here? Oh, what this guy, that color was good. Okay, I've caught up. Farming and fishing in that game, or running your own cafe, you can decorate to a theme and attract characters to come over. That's cute. Weird ears shiny is sea stick. I mean, mood. Mood though. Oh my goodness. Alright, does anyone have any more questions? Anyone have any more questions? Can I have... Random, may I introduce to you that little sword right there? That means that you're already a mod, my friend. It worked. Just ask and you shall receive. Any other questions, chat? Oh, almost deleted that one. What's the last book you read? I'm not really a big reader, especially these days. When I was a kid, yeah. Harry Potter, sadly enough. Sadly enough. And like the last time I read it, it was an audiobook. The last time I actually read it, I think it was 5 years ago, maybe 6, 7, give or take. I know I was in college at the time. Yeah, it's sad. I really did enjoy Harry Potter, but I don't really feel like I can like it anymore. There we go. Rosie. Look. Your wish has been granted. I had one more question. Ever play Pioneers of Olive Town? If so, how do you like it? I did. I actually did a big series for it on here, and it is up on YouTube if you're interested in watching. I enjoyed it. I liked that they were trying to incorporate some of the things that Stardew did really good at with like the makers, but I kind of think they went a bit overboard because your farm essentially just turned into like makers. I also was playing it on the Switch, and there was some frame drops, there was some lag, there was a little bit of glitchiness, and I played it for a good, like, I think month or two after it came out, and then I stopped. Haven't touched it since. I kind of want to go back and play it again, actually. But I think I kind of want to get it on PC. Has anyone in here played that game on PC? Hi, Tony. I'm scared. Has anyone in here played Olive Town on PC? Like, does it run okay? Cool, I need to watch that. I hope you enjoy it. I know, Dave, they were so close to nailing it, and then they kind of... I hope that they keep going in that direction, you know what I mean? I hope they keep pushing it and keep trying to expand it, because it looks so promising. Koi Buddy, no worries. Have a good grocery shop. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. Can you come here and pat my head? I will do this, but like I'm just pat. Tony, go and give Rosie a pat on the head, or you know, wherever, but like on the head preferably. I tried. I did what I could, girl. I'm just wondering what game you're gonna play. I am too. No, I'm joking. I know what I'm playing. Kind of. I can't remember the name. But I will say, if you guys want a hint about the game we're playing later, it's not a very long game. On how long to beat, it's like 6-ish hours, give or take 6 to 7 hours. And it is, from what I've seen, a very atmospheric, beautiful game that has a lot of emotion behind it. Sonic Colors. And I will also say it's actually already been out. Tony patted, yay, thank you, Tony. It's already been out for a couple, like I think for a couple months, maybe a year, on other platforms. It's just coming to Switch today, or tomorrow actually, I think. And the people who created it, someone got in contact with me and was like, hey, you want to play this? And I'm like, sure. So, that's kind of cool. I've been some lag with food as well, and I don't even have that many things on my farm yet. That's the downside about it. That's actually why I kind of stopped playing. Yeah. Another question, any more cozy streams? I really love them so much. I enjoy them too. This week has been kind of weird because I've had a lot of like behind the scenes work I've been doing, so I haven't really had the time. Not to mention, I know today my throat is already hurting from all the talking. Yesterday and the day before it was hurting from all the talking. And tomorrow, Mike is here, so I don't usually cozy stream while he's here. That being said, at some point I really would love to do some cozy, like, couples sailing and Sea of Thieves sort of streams, just because I really enjoy playing that with him. So that might be something we could do, maybe. Yeah. Next cozy stream will probably be like next week. Yar. I read that as oh. That's how I read that. But yeah, if you guys ever have any suggestions for cozy streams for games, aside from Animal Crossing, because it's always like it's always like a good backup game. Sonic, how did I know? Don't know if I'd consider Sonic cozy. I don't know if I consider it cozy. Okay, so we're coming up. The embargo actually lifts at 12. So we can probably go on break here pretty soon. If you guys have any questions, get them in right now. We're gonna be wrapping up here pretty soon. It can be anything, it can be games. You could ask me about the stuff behind... Sorry, buddy. The stuff behind me. You could ask me about Mike, you ask me about Ollie, ask me about the room, ask me about me. Thought about buying it, but debating it now. I know that there's been updates. I don't know if they address the lag, though, at least on Switch. It might run better on, like, PC. It's a shame Sonic Heroes has never been ported up. There's a couple of games I'd love to see ported that never have been. Although slowly they're getting there. I feel like if there's enough demand. We're kind of in a culture of remakes, remasters, and ports right now, so put this one up on screen. Mike did get me Tater. Mike, I think he had showed me a little dog, and he knows I love corgis. I love corgis to pieces. Boop. Boop. Sorry, adding things. Yeah, Mike knows I love corgis, and he showed me that they were on Amazon. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Like, I think I was half asleep when he showed me them. And then he ended up getting it for me. He didn't tell me about them. And for anyone who doesn't know, you guys usually see Tater from the front. Tater has kind of a questionable behind. I don't know if that's TOS. I don't think so. And when I got Tater, Mike wasn't actually here. So this Amazon package arrived for me, and Mike texted me and he's like, oh, hey, that's for you. You can go ahead and open it. And I'm like, okay. So I open it and Tater was in a vacuum seal bag. And all I saw in the bag, I didn't see his face. I just saw that and I knew exactly what he had sent me. A vacuum seal bum. But yeah, that was Tater's and his little behind. But yeah, Mike got me Tater. And I don't think he realized that I would take Tater and make him a stream mascot, but it kind of worked out that way. So, Tater is very much part of the community now. Bear with. Do you think you want to go back to Legends Arceus and finish postgame soon? I'd love to. I think I just kind of burnt myself out on the game. At some point I do want to. I really do. I just need to have that motivation, I think. Because the last thing I ever want to do is stream something that I don't actually feel like playing, because I feel like it does pick up on stream. You can probably tell when someone is streaming something just for the sake of it. At least I know I can. I can see a lot of streamers who do it. It really turns me off of people, so I don't want to do that to you guys. And I love Legends Arceus so much too. Do you want to sit behind my shoulder today, bud? There we go. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. That works, though. What's your opinion on Crazy Taxi and Jet Set Radio? I have Crazy Taxi on my phone and on GameCube. I love it. I think Crazy Taxi is a lot of fun. I actually own Jet Set Radio. I saw it for the first time properly during a GDQ, and I thought it was so cool. And then I actually tried to play it for myself, and I'm horrible at it. I'm really, really bad at it. At some point I want to go through it again, because it looked like a lot of fun, but I'm just not very good at it, so that's that. Thank you guys so much for all the questions, by the way. I really do appreciate them. If you could have any game come to Switch, what would it be? For me, it'd be Mother 3. That's probably never happening. Yeah, I know, Mother 3 is very questionable coming out anywhere at this point. For a long time it would have been Kingdom Hearts, but now Kingdom Hearts is out on Switch. And Bugsnax too, it's coming out tomorrow. You know, this is gonna be a weird thing, but Fable, like the entire 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. It'll never happen. It'll never happen, but Fable is such an interesting game. It's such an interesting series. That's actually a game I'd love to stream at some point, but I don't know if there'd be a good audience for it, so that's why I haven't yet. Very, very interesting game, though. I need those games, too. Have you heard of a game called Nobody Saves the World? Me and my friend just got it and finished it in 3 days. It was super fun. It's ringing a bell. Bear with me for a second. Nobody Saves the World. No, you know what? The name rung a bell, but I don't recognize the pictures of it. What's it like? I almost want to say it gives me Don't Starve vibes, but also not. Like, what sort of genre is it? Wind Waker. Yeah, Wind Waker doesn't need to come to Switch. That's a good option. Would you ever watch Owl House or Amphibia? Those are two that I keep hearing recommended to me, and I think I need to just get off my high horse and watch them, because everyone was recommending to me Gravity Falls and Avatar, and those are two of my favorite shows now. So I just need to go ahead and watch them. I'm just really bad at watching TV. I am horrible at sitting down and watching something. Mike has to, like, convince me to sit down and watch a movie with him. It's pretty bad. Yeah, if it wasn't a cloud version, it would be nice. Fell in love with Fable 2 years ago, and it broke my Xbox 360. Oh no, I've only played the first Fable, and I never fully finished it on Steam. And I know that I can't get Fable 2, I don't think, anywhere but Xbox, so I'm gonna steal Mike's when we move in. Yeah. One day. Owl House is great. Oh, Blur, not at all, no worries. I appreciate all the questions, honestly. Even if it repeats, I don't really mind. Thoughts on the upcoming Hogwarts game? I'm heartbroken over it. So, here's where I kind of sit on this. My mom introduced me to Harry Potter from the age of like 7, and it was very much a thing that we both do. She would read the books, I'd read the books, we'd talk about it. She bought a Harry Potter CD-ROM game for herself, and then I ended up falling in love with it. I ended up getting pretty much all the other Harry Potter games, I think up until like year 6 maybe, because I didn't have the consoles for year 7. Lego Harry Potter, I loved it to pieces. I've listened to the audiobooks. I grew up rereading those books, watching those movies. And it wasn't until recent years that I became aware of what the author and J.K. Rowling has been kind of going on about. And it really turned me off of the world in general, unfortunately. Hogwarts Legacy, I think it's called, that new game coming out, is the dream game. It's the game I have dreamed about since I was a kid. Going to Hogwarts, being your own character, not being Harry. Going to classes, you know, questing and being able to freely explore Hogwarts. It is the game I have dreamed of. And I probably won't play it. Because it doesn't feel... the magic of the world, it feels very broken for me right now. Because of everything that's gone on. And part of me is like really angry because I'm like, I have waited for this game and I also don't think I can enjoy it. But also it's like, this game is, it just, I don't want to support, but I do want to support because there's people who worked on it who are not like her. And it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. I hope everyone who plays it does enjoy it. You know, you do you. I'm not gonna look down or up on you, depending on what you do. That's fine, that's you. But I don't think I'd be able to enjoy it. Yeah. Pro tip, if you want Xbox but don't want to buy it, date someone with one and steal it. Fable 2 is very bugged. 0 out of 10 would not recommend unless you want a broken Xbox. Really? Okay, I'll ask Mike about that. Action role-playing dungeon crawling game. You play as a nobody and as you level up, you unlock new skills. That sounds fun. People shouldn't get on others who still choose to play the game. Exactly, yeah. Just because I'm choosing not to doesn't mean that I'm gonna look down on you if you come in and say how much you're enjoying it. That's totally fair. I'm excited for you for enjoying it. Brother had the last copy of the book. Oh, that's funny, Isabel. Any plans for the next Discord movie night? I've been thinking about that. So I have technically the day off on Sunday. We could potentially do something Sunday afternoon, maybe. If I'm honest, if I'm very honest, I love doing the fests, but it also gets me anxious because not only is it like I plan something, but I also have to be social for it, and it's like a lot. Even though I always end up enjoying them. With the movie nights though, I love doing those because it's not quite as intensive. Oh, Jesse Cat, no worries, best of luck with those dishes. Ubi, I think that's such a great idea. It's the sort of thing where I tried to do that for a while. But then I heard from, you know, one friend in particular who was trans, and it just really put me off entirely. I really wish I still could do that. Because I do miss it. I really do. But yeah, maybe Sunday night. I really want to do like either a Disney movie or a Studio Ghibli movie. So you guys let me know. We'll figure something out. Don't know if Sunday night's a good night though. Great story, but there were moments when I read the books and watched the movie I was either confused or uncomfortable. I was such a Harry Potter kid. It was really my thing. Just like, no, J.K. Rowling is a horrible bitch, even though Mads Mikkelsen? I never know how to say his name, but I like him. Is in it. I would never want to support her anymore. Watch if you like, but I ain't going. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's kind of where I am too. But yeah, no, maybe this Sunday we can do a little movie night. Okay, sorry, this one's not going away. It'll sit here for a second. I hope I don't finish this drink too quickly. There we go. That's why you download from bad website for free. Pepper with the strats. How are you doing, girl? Dave asked, do you have a favorite Kingdom Hearts track? Which hits you the hardest? Or hits you in the feels, I guess. Roxas's theme is pretty bad. Shion's theme hurts a lot. I think Dearly Beloved, like the intro song, is always gonna give me goosebumps. Sanctuary is my favorite opening of all time. And this is gonna sound very strange, but there's a song in Kingdom Hearts 3 and I don't know the title of it. I know when it plays though. But I always thought it was a really beautiful piece of music. It plays in San Francisco when they're all sitting up on the bridge and they're having ice cream. If anyone knows the song. I remember I tried looking for it and I couldn't find it. It's a very specific piece of music. Yeah, CC, I'd say so. Hate everything, but it's better than COVID. That's a good way to look at it. Favorite boss fight, least favorite boss fight. I'm assuming you mean Kingdom Hearts. I think, you know what? Big Ursula. That sounds really mean. But the big Ursula fight in Kingdom Hearts 1, that's probably my least favorite. Favorite? You know what? This is gonna be very try-hardy, but the Sephiroth fight in 2. I've beat him in 1 and 2, but 2 is the first time I beat like a super boss like Sephiroth before, and I felt so proud. It took me so many attempts, but it was just cool. It was just cool. It was fun. Yeah. But also Sephiroth, because, you know. Who was your favorite enemy in the Little Nightmares games? You know, who was the one? I think I've blocked off a lot of Little Nightmares because it scared me so much. Who was the one who had the long arms? Who could, like, I think the one who could reach you when you were under the floorboards and in the vents. Because you suddenly were not safe. Was that the janitor? He sticks out to me. The teacher also really sticks out to me as well. Oh, thank you so much for the host, Nevada. How are you doing today? Welcome on in. I hope that you had a great stream. How are you doing today? It was, Pepper, it was. Got my new laptop last Friday, and already my C button keeps getting stuck. Which sucks for someone whose name starts with a C. Oh no. I wonder why. Hey, Levada, how's your day going? Welcome on in. We're just doing a little Q&A. Just kind of hanging out. We're gonna be wrapping up the Q&A here pretty shortly, though, because I need to go on a break, and then, CC is now EE. We'll be playing a brand new game this afternoon, which is really exciting. I haven't told you guys what it is yet. You'll see soon. Saw some awesome cosplay on TikTok for the teacher. Cosplayers are so fantastic. Some of the stuff they do. Some of my favorite cosplays are actually from the Borderlands series, like that, like penciled on almost look. It looks really cool. I don't know what it, like, it's not cel shaded. I don't know what the art style is called, but it's gorgeous. So, or even like The Walking Dead, the Telltale games. It's the same sort of look. But yeah, I think that's all the questions here. If you guys have any last minute ones, get them in. It can be about anything. It can be me, it can be Tater, it can be Mike, it can be Ollie, it could be life, it could be my games, whatever you want. And then we'll wrap up after this. I like how I'm just like holding Tater like a baby. Or small child who's able to hold his head up, I guess. Not that your whole body, you don't really have a neck, do you? Actually, mood. Mood. Only button that keeps getting stuck down to try to pry it back up with a knife. So if there's C's missing from my messages, it means I'm too lazy to try to open or pry open the button. I think I recall you saying last time you were trying to get into more games. Mike and Joyce, how's that going? Any new favorites? Mike and I were trying to go through Borderlands. And I enjoyed it, but I don't really know if I was really quite getting it. I really want to play Tiny Tina's Wonderland with him though, because that just looks like it's a little bit more silly, a little bit more up my alley. But yeah, I was also trying to get into Horizon, but I get very overwhelmed with big open world games like that. And Mike did something to the map. I don't know what he did, but all of a sudden there's so many different icons on it. And I was just like, I am overwhelmed. I put it down, I haven't played it since. I also got really frustrated because random, you're gonna know what I'm on about. There are these creatures in Horizon that are like these tall, long neck things with like a spaceship on their head. Someone in here knows. And you have to climb up them, and then the tall necks, yeah. And then like they'll help you unlock pieces of your map from my understanding. I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out how to climb this thing. I kept going up and down the same 2 levels. That's the last time I played it. I was so frustrated. I didn't realize you had to like hold forward, wait for her to look up at the next thing, and then jump. I thought I could just like quickly jump up. But no, she had to be looking where she was going, because who does that? Was there a Lego kit? That's cool. Test it and smacking the button on my laptop pops the button back up too. There you go. Oh, this is annoying. This chat doesn't keep up. Yeah, those are the main games. We've also been playing Lego Star Wars, but that's kind of more of like a thing we'll both play. 1 or 2 tall necks that stumped me as well. I felt so dumb. It was going around in a circle, and it like makes this loud stomping noise. So annoying. You said earlier that bribing works. How does one use that to bring into the schedule the rest of Sonic Adventure? I don't want to say, because I would fear for your wallet. I would fear for your wallet, random. I don't want to take your money. I don't want to like, you know. I would be scared to say. Hi, Vidja, how are you doing? So just smack the laptop and I'm all good. I actually don't have it on Switch, Brandon. I have it on Steam. Unfortunately, I can't tell you. Random, I swear to God, say it anyway. No, no, Peppers, I don't want it. No, I'm not taking your guys' money. Dear Lord. Nope. How's Mike and does Ollie like him? Mike's good. Mike's good. His birthday's coming up soon. He hasn't been enjoying his work recently, but you know, that's kind of how things go. And Ollie associates Mike with playtime. Mike hasn't really, like, he'll stop and pet him every now and then, but Ollie gets chased around by Mike. They, like, you know, they play hunt and chase, and, you know, Mike will throw toys for him. So whenever Mike is around, Ollie is like, it's playtime, we're going, I don't want pets, I want to play with you. And sometimes he gets a bit aggressive. So, Ollie does like Mike, but he sees him as a playtime thing, not as, like, you know, a chill person, which is Mike's fault. But, for anyone who's wondering, we have, you know, in my kitchen, there's a little window, a little, like, counter that looks out into the living room, and Ollie will sit on that counter and peek around the corner of the wall of the kitchen and, like, try to get Mike to play with him, because Mike will, like, stick his hand around there and, like, you know, bring it back, so Ollie wants to hunt it. So now whenever we're cooking in the kitchen, Ollie thinks it's playtime. And I told Mike not to do that because it would happen, but it's Mike, he did it anyway. So. But yeah, no, they like each other. Ollie wouldn't go to Mike for pets and cuddles usually, though. It's more me or my mom. Have you played Golf Story on Switch? It's a really unique RPG where the main mechanic is golf. Even as someone that doesn't like golf, I loved it. I've heard fantastic things about it. And I have had it on my radar. It's not, like, if I have money to buy a game, it's not the first thing that comes to mind. So I need to keep an eye on sales and, like, see whenever it goes on sale. But I've heard great things about it. You're not the first one to mention it. Chaos in the kitchen, oh god. I keep getting a call around the same time. From Lord knows where. It's a spam call, but it's annoying that they keep trying. Tried Breath of the Wild the other day and I keep comparing it to Horizon Zero Dawn in my head. It's hard not to. Yes. I actually saw something kind of sad that Horizon, both times it released, was snubbed. I think it came out around the same time that Breath of the Wild did, and of course Breath of the Wild was massively successful. And then Horizon Forbidden West came out around the same time as another big game. Was it Elden Ring? I think. So, like, both times it's been kind of overshadowed. And it's like, you poor thing. Unfortunate with launch times, yeah. Which is so sad. It's me, I'm phoned to ask if you've heard of Raid Shadow Legends. Random. I just imagine picking up the phone and just hearing you immediately hang up because you're like, I can't talk. Can't talk. At least Ollie doesn't bite Mike's butt as he sleeps. No, he bit my leg this morning though because he was being a butt. Because he was being a butt. A couple days before Elden Ring, yeah. What do you think of the ACH update? Didn't see your reaction. I thought it was nice. It added a lot of stuff. I was pretty happy with it. It didn't hold my interest for as long as I hoped it would, but that's kind of ACH for you, so. Talking on the phone? Nah. Talking on stream? Also nah. Alrighty, you guys. I think that was all the questions. I'm really hoping there isn't a lot of reading in the game, because my throat is completely shot after this morning.